All right, first thing we've got to do is filter out all of the cat poop. I've got a sifter right here. Got a bucket right here. Let's get to it. I didn't realize the ground was so hard packed. This might take us a while. I think I'm going to dig down as deep as I need to set those grow bags down right on the surface, and then I'll just backfill around. And of course I'll be using our Mittleider custom soil that I have already mixed up. Well, that didn't take as much time as I thought it would, but I am a little tired. Let's go get those peppers. All right, here are our 6 pepper plants. I have them planted in alternating rows. This is not the prescribed spacing in the Mittleider method, and I'm doing that because this particular variety of pepper plant grows extremely large, and so I want it to have enough space to expand. So we're just going to go ahead and backfill this with Mittleider custom soil that is right behind me in these swimming pools. So check it out. So you can see this soil is much easier to deal with. I'm trying to fill in on the sides so they don't fall over. Now to be very careful not to disturb all of the branches. Hope I have enough. I've got another pool underneath that plastic there, so we should have enough. Well, I definitely could have dug down deeper, but then I wouldn't have had time to actually do the planting. Put a little more on here, but then I want to leave some room for our mulch. And as I've said before, mulch is not part of the Mittleider method, but because we are in a severe drought, we need to keep all the water in the soil that we possibly can. But before the mulch goes on, we've got to fertilize. All right, I have here a dose of pre-plant mix and a dose of weekly feed. Normally we feed on Sundays, and today is a Tuesday, but newly transplanted plants need an extra dose of weekly feed a few days after planting as well. So we figure it'll kind of work out to just resume our Sunday schedule. It's not quite perfect, but I'm going to consider it close enough. I'll try and spread this as evenly as I can. Trying to get in between the plants. That way they all have equal access. Right, let's water it in. Remember, this first watering is very important. We've got to soak this whole thing through, and this is a big soil mass. Not to mention getting all the fertilizer dissolved. I'm going to get inside the grow bags too. sure they're hydrated before their roots start poking through the bags. I'm going to wait until I see water coming out the bottom. Hopefully the water doesn't just decide to go down the sides of the box and drain just out without getting the soil wet. See, it's already starting to leak out the box, and I'm afraid it's doing that. It's okay, this top layer seems to be getting it in there. Getting very muddy. Let's see how far down this moisture goes. Alright, looking good so far. Alright, the custom soil is totally saturated. I'm going to call that good enough for me. And let's put some mulch on before we run out of time. This is just straw, just wheat straw. Got it from Tractor Supply. It was $16 for a compressed bale. And compared to how it looks in the bale, it really takes barely any to cover the soil. One thing to be aware of when you're using mulch is that it does provide a place for insects to hide. So you're going to have to be very careful about inspecting your garden regularly and making sure your plants aren't getting attacked. This may seem like I added a lot of mulch, but it is going to start breaking down almost immediately. So within a week or so, I'm going to lose about an inch. And then at that point, I'll just add more. One thing to remember with mulch is that you can't fertilize directly on it. You have to scoop it back and add your fertilizer directly onto the Mittleider custom soil. Otherwise, it won't get to the plants. But anyway, our pepper plants are finally planted, and so with this large soil mass as well as the deep mulch, we should be able to get away with only watering it this once today. Whereas before in the containers we were watering it twice a day. So here we are. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.